friends. Hey, just wanted to share a couple thoughts. I was tripping out. Sometimes it's amazing how we manifest when we don't even kind of realize it's happening, and sometimes it happens in such interesting ways that you almost don't even notice. For instance, um, we live with a bunch of people in our house. We have kind of started our own little family community, and we have a large house. And one of the things we had talked about, I was like, "Oh, it'd be so nice to redo the kitchen, and have new counters and new cabinets or new floors." But, whenever, I don't know when we'll get to that. Well, it just so happens that a few weeks ago, we had a little house fire that was a little leftover gift from the previous owners of our house. And amazingly enough, it just hit one area. Like, somehow it doesn't seem like it could have been possible. Like, it's amazing that more of the kitchen didn't, catch on fire or anything, but it's enough that where, there was, damage, and it, ruined some of our appliances and got on our walls. And from the smoke, there's like, smoke, all, kind of damage or dirt all over, soot all over the kitchen, the dining room, maybe some of the living room. I'm not sure it's the extent of it yet. And anyway, finally decided to go through the insurance and get them coming out to look at it. And it seems like such a problem because now we have to do all this stuff. They want us to get out of the house and clean it out. But lo and behold, the funny thing is just because of this one section, it looks like, we may just get all brand new counters and cabinets and the floor redone. Um, all covered by the insurance. So, it's really interesting. It's one of those things where, we put something out to the universe, and sometimes, I mean, that's really all it takes, right? Just, and then letting go. We have to match this vibration of the trusting and the surrender, knowing that things are going to happen in their perfect time when they're meant to and how they're meant to, and then let go of it, right? And then you don't always think that it's going to happen. Like, this fire seems like it could have been a really bad thing, but the nice thing is we all have this attitude of like, we felt so grateful because we knew it could have been so much worse. Nobody was hurt, really hurt. We had, little, stuff from cough from the smoke and things like that, but no big deal. And we just knew that if it would have happened at any other moment, any other day, and nobody was home, or, maybe just the kids were home, or my mom, or how much worse it would have been. The whole kitchen, the whole house could have gone up, and it didn't. It contained itself to this one little cabinet, which is now giving us this opportunity of something that we wanted. And who we didn't think about it that way, and we didn't even realize it until just the other day when all this stuff was happening. And it's a little stressful, trying to, connect with all the different people you have to do and work on how to get a whole bunch of people out of the house, and whether we have to stay in a hotel for a few days and all that. But then all of a sudden it's like, wow, but you know what? We're manifesting something that we put out to the universe. We told the universe we wanted. And anyway, it's funny how sometimes we get so caught up in focusing on what we don't want, or worrying about how we're going to create what we want, that we kind of get in the way. And yet this is an example and a great reminder of how simple and quick really it can be when we're in that flow, or in that space. And so imagine if we, do that a little bit more consciously and keep ourselves in this space of abundance, and just trusting and knowing, that, trusting in the process of life, knowing that we're always supported. And even when things happen that seem like they're maybe not the best, or don't feel so good, or like, oh God, a fire, right? But yet it was happening in a sense for our benefit. Really trippy, but that's the way it works sometimes. And if we go out into the world every day with this consciousness, things can happen like that consistently, just all the time, and we can get better, and then we can learn to relax and enjoy our life. Of course, I know I've got a lot of practicing in that area. Sometimes I still find myself, tense, or feeling this stress of worrying, about things, how they're supposed to go, or what's going to happen. And then I get reminded all the time, it's like, wait a minute, just breathe, ground, you're safe, it's going to be okay. Everything happens for a reason. Trust this process. Even if you think that you want to race or push something else to happen, stop and don't do that, because maybe there's a better timing to it. Maybe there's something better that's coming that you can't see. And so if I let go and trust, then, that more amazing thing can happen. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting, and like I wanted to share. Um, and maybe this will be a reminder for you as it is for me. And it's pretty cool. So let's see what we could do. Every time, just keep practicing being more conscious with it, and really working on our trusting in the universe, and keep putting out and focusing on what we want, but letting it go. And every time we catch ourselves, focusing on what we don't like, or what seems to be bad or some terrible thing, is instead shift it to what the possibilities may be, or trusting even when it doesn't look good or feel good, that it's bringing you to something better. So anyway, have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you again all soon.